joined by case manager Alan Dowson after this afternoon's 2-1 FA Cup defeat at Margate. Alan, we'll start with the incidents at the end. Ali Shaban came off the bench to change the game, and within 2 minutes he got his red card. What was your take on that?
I'm not giving it a wing. I didn't see what happened, but if he's put his head down, he says he gets sent off. Come on, to change the game, mate. Come on away, change the game. That's a trust you get in players. You trust players to do that, and when that happens, you didn't get your trust back. I thought they say for 20 minutes of a game we outstanding, great, brilliant, good goal. Moss misses a sitter, and we probably should have had a penalty. I'm thinking great. Then again we let a centre forward turn our centre half in the box, put it in, and for the second goal we got two of our biggest lads, Morgan, and he's botched. So massive disappointment for the club, massively, huge.
And back to that red card incident, Ali Shaban initially didn't leave the pitch for a long time, and as he did leave the pitch, seemed to make some sort of gesture to the fans. Have you had a word with him about that yet?
I cannot do that. I cannot do, because I will, obviously. I think you know what will happen as well. I cannot legislate that, you know, so I cannot, and I won't, but I think that's got to be behind closed doors, and that's what I think is the best thing, to be honest.
Made a few changes to the lineup today. Aldridge came in at left back, wasn't the most impressive debut. What was your take on him?
He's played before and done well against Wingate and all that, you know, and stuff like that, but I just thought back four. Again, how we started off well in the first games was another, is being solid at the back, but it's not solid at the back, and I thought our two full backs let their lads too easy past them, and even didn't offer much going forward either. Two centre halves were being poor the last couple of games, whatever combination. Hopefully Matt Suswick will be fit for Saturday and we'll get him in, to be honest. And no, it was a poor defensive display in the second half, I thought, to be honest, like, you know, when we're cruising the game for 30 minutes, cruising the game. But there you go, that's what it's like. Tops probably just thinks it's the same as last season, really, so that's all it is. So listen, I've got to kick on, and we're doing well in the league, so I've got to make sure I'll get a few signings in for next Saturday, really. We're going to look forward to that game against Hendon, you know.
And someone came in at centre back, direct replacement for Drake. Was that as a result of his giving away a penalty and red card on Monday?
Oh, yeah, just need to calm down a little bit, like, you know, and stuff like that. Need a bit steady away a bit, like, you know. We'll let us see who comes and who's not in training on Monday and decide the partnership from there. But Max should be fit by next week as well, so we've got a bit of pace at the back as well, which we've been lacking in the last few games, like, you know. So that's the way we'll look at it, you know.
It's another disappointing result down here at Margate. You know, disappointing early FA Cup exit. Why do you think it is that those two things seem to happen?
Yeah, can't really put your finger on that, because like I say, for 40 minutes we're cruising, and you 1-0 up, great, should have went 2-0 up, missed a couple of sitters, then you just let them back in the game, defensively let them back in the game, so that's all it is, to be honest, you know.
And looking ahead to the game on Saturday, how do you lift the players after this?
I hope we had 2 in by then, so that should give the players a lift anyway, to be honest. And you kind of, it's hard one to ask when you're so down about losing a game like that it is, and it's very hard to put. The truth of the matter is, we'll have to find somewhere, maybe Thursday or Friday, kicking on again. But at the minute, you know, everybody's not in a very good place, obviously, you know.
And your team up Northumberland, their manager this week criticised one of their players quite publicly. What was your take on that, just generally?
After a few games, I think you'd like to tell the truth. Like, the game's changed, like, you know, they get agents involved now, with mum and dad gets involved and tell them how good you are. It's a very big thing from Subby, where that happens quite a lot, and little Johnny's always doing well, and they get off the mum and dads, that's what happens. But, you know, the manager's passionate, he says what he thinks, as long as he tells the truth at all times and consistent, that's what, you know, so, you know, criticise it. Of course, if it's somebody's fault, you tell people it's his fault, like, you know. People say it stays behind closed doors, some do, some don't, so that's how it is, like, you know. So it's, what he does, everybody sees things at different times and all that, you know, but, you know, not really much got to take on it, to tell you the truth.
It's disappointing exit from the Cup, but if you look at our season as a whole, we're still top of the league. It's been a good start, despite the
great start, but then finance comes into it as well. Of course, it's money on the game. Could be money on the next game and all, next draw. So that's a disappointing thing, to be honest. You work your knackers off all week trying to get money in to pay them players, to pay me. And when it doesn't come through, and it's strain on it, to be honest. We're paying some of these players good money. And sometimes I just think the league's for the club and all that, you know, and stuff like that, and so FA Cups are for the directors and all the rest of it, because it brings in much needed funds. So that's the most disappointing thing, to be honest. My record in the FA Cup, I've had a couple of good runs at my ex-club. Not so much, I haven't had one a couple of years ago here, a few years ago here, but it's disappointing. So there you go, I've got to get on with it then and make sure I get a side out to beat Hendon on Saturday.
I love it, Daniel. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks. Thanks, Dan.